What's poppin', people? It's Dante, currently going for a morning walk here, and I'm just thinking about voting, as today is election day here in Philadelphia, the birthplace of America, the Keystone State, Pennsylvania. And yeah, it's November 5th, 2024, and I just had a few thoughts about voting. Yeah, firstly, vote for the Amish, right? I think the Amish and their beautiful cuts of meat that they provide for me to be satiated upon eating is the vote for me. And so why is this my thought? So I believe that what we do with our time and how we spend time essentially is the ultimate currency in the universe, right? Think of the dollar and how we spend our money and what we purchase and support. Personally, I'm starting to support a local farm here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, the Amish. I believe that supporting a local farm and having that be my priority and what I focus on in terms of spending money is essentially cutting through all of the middlemen and going directly farm to fork. And why does this matter to me? So I believe that what we spend our money on, what we spend our time doing, what we spend our time paying attention to is ultimately the vote, right? The vote is in your wallet. The vote is in your mind, in the way that you spend time, right? So pay more attention to what you're putting your money towards. Pay more attention to what you're spending time on. If you're spending time on celebrity gossip, if you're spending time on bonehead politics, if you're spending time watching mainstream media on the telly screen, well, this is ultimately the determining factor for how you will perceive your reality. And so spend your time wisely and pay attention to the right things. And I believe paying attention to your gut, to your heart, to your soul, to your body, and your physical well-being is the ultimate source of wealth in this modern world. The sense of wealth that I feel is when I'm full of abundance, when I'm satiated from eating red meat, when I feel good and get deep sleep. This to me is what it's like to be wealthy. It's to be healthy. And these things matter. And I believe that the way that we spend our time, the way that we spend our money is ultimately the vote. We vote every single day. We vote with our wallets. We vote with our attention. And so I strive each and every day to pay attention to the things that matter to me most in my life, which is art, photography, thinking, reading, writing, making videos, making photos, continuously pushing myself further with my creative practices, lifting in the gym, getting stronger, focusing on my physical body, eating the right foods, getting good sleep. Like these ways in which I spend my time, that's how I vote. I vote by working on myself. I vote by spending time alone in nature. I vote by paying attention to my soul and my body, and my soul is the ultimate vehicle that I am operating in, right? And I'm driven ultimately by courage, putting myself on the front lines of life each day in the physical embodied reality, not bombarded by news media, not bombarded by social media and Hollywood and celebrity gossip. These things ultimately dampen the human soul, and I believe it's worth paying attention to the right things. It's worth making sure that you're voting with your time, with your money, and stop focusing on the division. Stop focusing on this side or that side and opposing political beliefs. I think that at the end of the day, this presidential election, while it may be an important one, and we should definitely go out there and vote and use our First Amendment right of freedom of speech and make sure that we uphold our beliefs, think about the way in which you spend your time. Think about what you're supporting and what you're paying attention to, what you're spending money on. That's the vote. That's just my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents.